Yeah, motherfucker. Do it. Do it. Yes. Yes. Slap him one more time. Oh, this poor son of a bitch. And after this, I'll have Matthias Insulato. Oh! She just went going freeze on his ass. Oh my god. Wanderer, you must rescue my daughter from the beast and from herself. Please fulfill this old man's final wish. You know, if I had a nickel for every time I had to fix someone's daddy issues by being their new daddy, I'd have about like 20 cents. It's like,
in game.
in Minecraft?
It's like it seems to be real life, actually. Oh my god, no, that explains everything.
So you just thought it was, you know, like, oh, you know, Hawke's a MILF man, that's what he makes all his jokes about. Well, you know, maybe sometimes I don't want to be the paternal figure in the relationship.
Oh, just attracts the broken women.
Yeah.
One day I will just flip, like I'll just lose it. We were talking about that today, actually, where I work, and I'm the only person who hasn't like yelled at somebody or like, you know, cussed them out or something. But everybody's just like, the day I do is gonna be like, nobody's gonna want to be near me. I don't even want to be near me.
Frog's gonna snap, and everyone's gonna know he does when you hear this. He's gonna take the frying pan to somebody.
I will find the cast iron.
And heard across the world.
You guys will one day just feel a slight reverberation and maybe just the faintest sound of a cast iron hitting somebody.
Yeah,
and you'll be like, today's the day.
off in the distance. Or it's gonna be like that one bit in SpongeBob. You're gonna hit someone with a pan. All of a sudden, you know, I'm gonna be at work. It's like, Hawke, what's wrong? I don't know. I felt a disturbance. I need to go. What now? Yes, I get in my car and I drive to Frog's restaurant.
Meanwhile, the entire police force and 3 ambulances.
I drive into the back. You're like looking for a way out, and I give the secret honk.
Yeah, that's the secret. There is no back way out. I gotta go through the where the bathroom is. I just go through the bathroom, right? So where the bathroom is, there's just like this opening at the top, right? I think I can fit through that if I can just climb up there and not cut myself. So like maybe if you have a sunroof.
I don't.
It might be a little bit harder, but I might be able to somehow just dive into like the back seat, right? Like, hey guys, I gotta go use the bathroom. Just dive into your back seat.
Oh no, here's what we're gonna do, because we're already breaking the law. I'm gonna drive over to your state, I'm gonna rent a convertible, and then you can just jump in through there.
You know what? Yeah, I like that idea. Look.
They can't run, they won't be able to run my plates. I mean, they'll be able to trace the fact that I bought a rental car, but...
Who cares?
It's fine, it's just the CIA. Look, as long as we can get across seas before they find us, we're good.
Just gotta get up to the Canadian border.
Or yeah, just make it cross country. I'd rather go to Mexico, it'd be harder to find us.
Yeah. What's in Mexico, frog? Mexicans.
Exactly. And then we'll head down to like Central America or something. Sounds cool.
Chat and anyone that's watching, how is it that up until now I have not used Digital Dick Squad?
Hmm?
I'm a cyber sleuth. I'm a digital dick. You know, I'm a digital Dick Tracy or whatever. Oh, I should have put that in the title, but I had to keep it short so everyone knows to pop in when it's like... Because, you know, it's like special events, like, ooh, special event. 1 year anniversary. How good is this guy after a year of experience? Not very. Got this shoddy production. I ain't got no money. And I'm learning just exactly how expensive, like, streaming and VTubing is. I think I'm good for a while. Maybe one day I'll finally, like, try to, like, draw up a new design. You know, something that fits with the aesthetic of the singular Bob Ross painting I made. And I'm plastering it over everything. But anyways, I'm starting early because I kind of have to go to bed at a reasonable time. And I want to stream. And I don't know how long this is going to take to actually beat this game. Because last 2 chapters were literally like a cutscene. And there are some things that still need to be wrapped up. Like... Rada. Oh, yeah, Vulcan, you probably missed this. So you know Kyoko, my boss? Girl with the blonde hair and the booty shorts?
What? And her titties are, like, literally only her areola is covered, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give you a picture. It turns out she's actually a Digimon that fused with Kyoko when Kyoko was dying.
I'm sorry, what?
So basically, Kyoko was doing, like, detective stuff. And then she was getting killed by an eater. So I'm gonna post some pictures of the Digimon that fused with her body. So technically Kyoko wasn't Kyoko. I mean, let me get a good array of pictures. Okay, there you go. That's what Kyoko was. Kyoko was Alphamon.
Oh, I'm sorry. Fucking what?
Man, don't you just hate it when your sexy boss is actually a Gundam?
I was just about to say, don't you fucking hate it when the hot chick's a goddamn robot?
It's like that one...
just like real life.
It's like that one bait video, you know, of like, it looks like the anime girl is gonna, like, you know, flash her breasts and like a exclamation of love, and all of a sudden she starts transforming into a fighter jet.
Just hate when that fucking happens, man. Happens all the time in college.
I think there's also like the joke of like, oh, cute anime girl, wait, why is she drinking gasoline? Oh, she's transforming into a car. I can't remember what that was for. I feel like it was a marketing thing, but I'm not entirely sure. It's been so long. Okay, I will mention this about Dragon Quest. We got at least one more stream of Dragon Quest.
Oh.
Cause we gotta go find our girl again. We gotta go find Stella. And then we'll probably do like a grotto, and then we'll probably not touch anything else because all that's left are grind quests and going through an infinite randomized set of grottos.
Huh.
I wish there were still servers for Dragon Quest IX, because that could be a fun game for us to play. You know, unfortunately, emulators don't have online functionality, and even then the Nintendo like DS like store Wi-Fi house thing shut down in like 2014. Because that game is multiplayer. That's why everything's so grindy. Is because you're expected to do everything with your friends for hours on end.
Just like Helldivers 1, which I played a little bit of the other day.
Did you play with a group?
Fuck no, and I got my ass handed me for 3 straight hours.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, fuck you, you were right. Burn in hell.
Yeah, it's a survival horror game, isn't it?
No, that's just Helldivers 2, dude. That shit is...
That reminds me. How do you spell Terminid? You know, it's probably just that. Because I found a video that's... You're gonna hate me for it. This is not... This is not what I was... You're just giving me... Alright, here's what we'll do. Chat, I'm sorry if you hear anything weird. I'm pulling up a video. And it's the questionable side you don't know about me. Well, you've heard me talk about it, but you've never actually engaged in it.
I've witnessed it for almost 4 years now. Actually...
So brace your little sweet ears, just in case.
In like 2.5 weeks it will be 4 years.
Don't you play. Don't you spoil the surprise. Anyways, here you go, Vulcan. I found this the other night.
Sorry, give me a second. I'm just realizing how good at guitar I am when I'm drunk. Or when I've been drinking. I can't say I'm drunk yet, because I can still stand. Fuck you, I saw that earlier.
Wait, you saw it, so I'm corrupting your searches this time. They also did a Deathclaw one.
I'm not okay with that. Can we, like, go back to a time before this existed? I'm getting another Baja Blast.
Wait, you don't like the democratic sleep aid?
No, I don't! Oh, did I throw away? Oh, no, I threw away the can. I was collecting those.
Everyone that might be watching this is so confused. Like, what is it? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, please don't.
Let's just say I really like Monster Girls, but you know, I'm not like a hipster Monster Girl enjoyer, you know. I prefer Monster and Monster Girl.
If you ever join the server, you know you'll know how bad it gets. Also, make sure I'm not muted.
Okay, sorry about that. Someone's at my door.
All good.
I got some in the mail. Anyways, what were we talking about? Oh, right. Horrible, horrible things.
Shit. I also said to make sure that I'm not muted in the stream.
Oh, yeah, no, I made sure. Oh, yeah, I forgot my phone.
Unfortunate.
Oh, hi, Kane. Digimon looking odd today. Oh, it's an intro of Hey, Ignore Me. Yeah, no, I like to do like a little like I like to do like a little like highlight reel just so people have something to watch. That's That's not just like a PNG, basically.
Ah, yes, the Skyrim Digimon experience. That's absolutely a fucking mod.
Apparently, Digimon Cyber Sleuth has pretty decent like modding community. I think there's one where it's like it just straight up just adds Pokemon. And yet somehow Nintendo has not taken that down. Yeah, they might have, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, we're playing some Digimons today. And we might finish it today. I do have some ideas for games after Dragon Quest. Might play some Ultimate Alliance. I'll have to see if that game runs well though, because while it's an old game, I don't know if it's going to be optimized well. Somehow no one has done a Persona Shin Megami Tensei mod for it. Yeah, I mean, I saw the things of like the overlay was that a Persona 5. You know, the kind of like stylized menu system, and then they're like a Joker outfit, but not so much the demons. I haven't seen that yet. Grabbing a sip. I piss like a racehorse later. I'm pretty sure I just drank like half my water because I'm neurotic about it.
It's your spiciest of drinks. Tap water.
Yeah, I mean, tap water's spicy. No, this is fridge water. Thank you very much. Filtered fridge water.
Your immune system must be stronger than... I don't even know what a fucking...
What would like the heaviest thing? I think the heaviest thing I drank in a while was like this weird like protein juice. I think you were there when I was drinking it. It actually kind of made me kind of sick because it had a lot of caffeine in it. That was a while ago. Other than that, I think
too straight edged.
I mean, I drink flavored water, and okay, the heaviest thing I might drink is honestly Diet Arnold Palmer.
I was gonna say, if you don't have at least one drink with a tiny, teeny smidgen of sugar in it, then I don't even know like how straight edge you would be. Like, I don't know a material that is that inflexible. Maybe tungsten?
I'm pure.
No, because like, even like tribal human beings ate sugar cane from time to time.
Yeah.
But you just like look at it, it's like, huh, that's fucking that shit's gay as shit, and then walks away to fucking drink fucking tap water and eat salt. Yeah. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, no, one time I was really thirsty one day and I had some ice water. I was like, oh, nectar of the gods. And this person just next to me just looked at me like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's water. You do begin to crave it though when it's mostly what you drink. It becomes very satisfying.
Oh, yeah. When I was at basic training, that's all I'd fucking look for. It's like, oh shit, it's like 100 degrees out. Let me take this fucking water. And the water somehow had a taste to it. Probably mold, but it was enough that it made me happy.
Well, let's be real. When you're in the military, your options are probably either water or like a White King Monster Energy drink.
No, in basic training, it's water or death. But now that I'm actually, you know, when I go to drill and shit, it's like, oh, what do I drink for the next 18 hours that I'm here working? Oh, White Monster. Yeah, no water, no food, White Monster.
Spicy
and then I lose 5 pounds over the weekend, and I wonder why the fuck I lost 5 pounds.
Spicy tap water. That has a lot of chlorine. If it's spicy, no, it's lead. The water's flammable. It's like that one alcoholic drink where you set on fire and you blow it out.
No, it's from the fucking chemical spill last year.
We got a lot of chemtrails around here. We got a lot of gay frogs, you know? You know, mark my words, because now that I thought it and I'm gonna say it, someone's gonna turn the water rainbow colors for like Pride Month. You know, it's like St. Patrick's Day where those people turn the water green in the river. You have moved around the UK a bit, and I can taste the chlorine they use to clean it. Oh.
So I got a question for Kane. Is it true that in the UK they don't have, I think it's fluoride? I believe that's the chemical in your all's water, like tap water and stuff.
Yeah, isn't it
'Cause I know
like-
in the US primarily we have fluoride in all of our water
Yeah, to make our teeth strong.
because
Or
we don't have a
brainwash
good
us.
diet. Or both.
Yeah, could be both. You know, they need healthy soldiers in the front lines.
You're saying we're healthy?
They do not use fluoride, but it's still in toothpaste.
Okay.
Oh man, even the UK gets made fun of for their drinks. You know, we thought it was just food, but no. It's okay, we're American. Everyone makes fun of us too. Join us, brother!
The fact that a 2-hour drive for us is like just a fucking weekend trip. And then elsewhere in the world, it's like, God forbid a drive is more than 30 minutes.
Most water here is from rivers, no still water.
That explains it, though. Just with all the lakes and ponds we have, we don't really... There's not much we have to do to it to process it.
This kind of reminds me, I was watching someone react to like Fat Electrician, and they were from Europe, and it was his oldies video. And it was just interesting to watch because like, yeah, I don't understand the concept of having like a pharmacy in a grocery store. You just go to a pharmacy. It's interesting from much. And for those curious about it, the person's name was Paul's, and I don't know how they got like that's like just getting straight up Paul's is like saying you got to trademark nuts.com. Yeah, they just mix them here. Yeah, it's interesting seeing it from a different perspective because, you know, Americans, we go big or we go home.
It's also like everything we do in the US is kind of... it is ass backwards, like 90% of the time. Like, I've worked with international militaries twice now, and it makes me want to go on a deployment so fucking bad because the way that the Royal Marines and the Polish military work is so fucking interesting compared to the US. It's so cool too, like the culture difference.
I know it's not the same place, but I always think of that Luffy guy.
Yeah.
It warms my heart to know that there are other militaries out there just as filled with a bunch of dipshits as America.
I mean, the dumbest motherfucker I've ever met was a Polish sergeant, so he actually outranked me by a significant margin.
For some reason, a lot of Boots, a beauty store, has a pharmacy in the back. I guess because I do work in a pharmacy technically.
Oh, you still have that
because-
job?
Yeah, I went to another pharmacy, but
Mm,
I guess that's probably for more like medical like creams and ointments. Who knows? Yeah, there's probably like skincare stuff in there, but that'd be very specific. Granted, I work in a thing that's like 30% of the store is the pharmacy.
that's something I noticed today when I went to Wally World. It was like they changed the insides of the stores every few months, and it was ridiculous because the entire like shampoo, like hygiene and medicine side of the store, part of the store, they expanded it and just made it a straight up fucking pharmacy, and everything good is locked up. Like I can't get cologne, I can't get my shampoo, I can't get anything without asking for it.
No, they always have a full farm in the back, pills, lockup, and all.
Jesus.
Is it like a small time store, or is it like a chain? Because I don't know, it might be like I don't know, like two friends starting a business and just like, fuck it, we'll just smash them together. Or it really is just like, okay, we got medical ointments, we might as well just go the full mile. Oh, it's the biggest chain. Okay.
That makes sense.
If it's a super huge chain, then it's probably like... Because technically CVS is around here, which is like... just like a convenience store with a pharmacy in it, is technically part of Target. It's just they don't really advertise it.
Or even Walgreens, because Walgreens is like just part pharmacy, even though that's how they advertise it, but it's like 90% convenience store.
Okay, so it's biggest chain when it comes to women's beauty shit. Oh, what's that medication my dad takes because he's diabetic? It was the Ozempic that everyone was taking? I don't know if you know about that. It's like Ozempic or Trulicity, it's one of the two. But basically, it had a side effect of like weight loss. So what happened was doctors started prescribing it for weight loss, and there was just such an influx of people taking it that diabetics couldn't get it.
Yeah, that happened with my father. That was one of the side effects he got.
That's happening to my dad now. And I don't know how he feels about it because he's a big guy. He's not like rotund, but he's like he's muscular big guy. He worked out pretty much all his
dad
life.
bod.
Yeah. I mean, I told you about the time I met Eric AK at Flotsam and Jetsam, right?
Sorry, what?
One time my dad met Eric AK, the lead singer of Flotsam and Jetsam. Great fucking band, by the way. And this is when my dad was like super jacked and he was like the most intense when it came to working out. And he went to go shake Eric AK's hand. Eric AK is not a big guy. He's a little guy. And he nearly crushed Eric AK's hand. And then he called my dad a dick and then he left.
Fuck yeah, being called a dick by a celebrity.
I would kill for the weight loss, but not worth it to use pills like that, in my honest opinion. Yeah.
I mean, Hawke, if you don't mind, I can put a subtle little plug in for weight loss tips.
Yeah, that's fine.
Be depressed. Drink copious amounts of vodka. There's no caloric value. You will lose weight. Okay, like, as actual advice, fuck don't do that. Don't do the
Don't be an
United States
alcoholic.
military diet. It's terrible. But like, from experience, I lost about 60 pounds doing that. It was pretty miserable. I went from like 240 something to about 180 in the span of a month and a half.
Hey, I'm dying already. Vodka sounds like a bad idea.
It probably is.
Gotta be like me, gotta be super straight edge. I've never
Fucking
smoked.
tungsten rod.
I've never drank. I've never even drank coffee. I haven't drank soda since the start of high school.
Hawke, when me and Frog finally get together for a road trip or, I don't know, steakhouse in Japan, I don't even fucking know anymore. Whenever that happens, I will, like, force feed you coffee. I want you to know this.
Don't, please.
I'm 90% kidding, but, like, I at least want you to try it.
I just won't talk for the next day. I was like, man, I mean, I hope Hawke isn't mad at me. And then as soon as I'm out of, like, eye shot, I just, like, piddle it out of my mouth. Like a kid in middle school. You know, like you go to drink from the fountain, you just hold in your mouth. You get back to class. Not so much. Same, not so much on soda. And you gotta remember, Vulcan, it's not that we're going to a Japanese steakhouse. It's we're gonna move to Japan. We're gonna open an authentic American restaurant. Probably a burger joint. Because Japanese just don't know how to eat burgers. And then we're gonna be swimming in bitches because you're basically an anime protagonist. I will
Listen.
import shitty ass proper Mountain Dew and watch the Super Bowl and chug it.
Hawke, I'm only an anime protagonist when I'm not like actively existing and looking for anything. The second I like stop being this lonely shit that I am right now, something's gonna happen. I'm gonna bitch about it. It's gonna be upsetting, and heartbreak. I don't know. I don't know anymore. It's been. I don't even know. It's been a cycle. It's been bad. Looking half decent is not all it's cracked up to be.
That heterochromia is a curse, isn't it?
It really fucking is. Because like I get attention from women, and it sucks because it's like it's not the good kind of women. It's not like they're nice to you or it's a nice healthy relationship. No, it's the ones that just want to suck your soul out and kill you or ruin your life. Like I get people would die for that problem, and not me. I don't like it. I'm sick of these ugly bitches.
Vulcan's
Or
like
not even ugly bitches, but like terrible personalities. I'm tired of it.
Vulcan's like dyeing his hair white away from just becoming Ragnar the Blood Edge.
My hair's already going gray.
Yeah. Oh, you getting there, buddy?
I am significantly younger than you, and I have gray hair.
Yeah. Well,
I can't say I'm a child anymore. Fuck.
Well, you know me, right? Like I just apparently just exude dad energy. So you know me, like getting gray hairs a little bit. It's probably my chances are probably just gonna go up. You know. I don't quite have that problem, but I have been stalked by a Russian woman for 2 years.
Ooh.
That sounds
I
horrifying.
want to know more about that. That sounds terrible.
It is off-putting.
That is putting it nicely, I suppose.
Suddenly, I'm glad that I just have all my exes have just been really weird.
I mean, to be fair, your first ex was pretty chill.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there. I don't want to know what happened because that I will probably lose respect for that person because I know how weird they are. But
the second one was just straight up
second one
just
was like
Coomer.
Yeah, like the kind of I can't talk like that on Twitch. I gotta shut up now.
Like they broke the bear with some of that stuff they posted in like our like private not safe for work channel. But the best way I can describe the dynamic of why it ended was, you know, I'm a sophisticated guy. You know, I don't want to go full Coomer. I want to I don't want to hear how like sopping wet your snooch is. I want a dissertation on your favorite doujinshi artist and why. You know?
Half Russian and half Egyptian. I am sorry for your loss, my brother. God damn. That sounds like Insanity Manifest.
Yeah, I had the big titty goth GF, and boy howdy, it was not all it was cracked up to be.
I had the nice nerdy girl with daddy issues, or no, it was mommy issues actually, and it was terrible. That bitch fucking hated me after a year. Nothing like a Twitch stream talking about women problems. Probably the only fucking stream to do that in recent years.
Well, okay, in defense of that, I sliced up our last little podcast segment, and I touted it like the Tribune of Man, women, video games, and dogs. And I only posted a few days ago. It's got 12 views, which is pretty high given that time span. And it's one of my only few liked videos that has comments.
Dude, I love how there's that one army comment that you could not even figure out what the fuck it meant. I love that. I'm
no.
influencing your content. My unhinged attitude. Mind you, I don't even remember that stream. That's how fucked up I was. But my unhinged attitude is drawing that clientele in. That's good.
Oh yeah, boy, I love hard-on reviews. I went to their YouTube channel because, you know, when they had like reviews in the name, they do stuff, but it was like, what does porn really do to men, that kind of thing. Most of the time, I'm the problem, to be honest. Kind of hard to get people on board with a half-dead cripple. Damn. Yay, we're all broken. Because I've got a Chiari malformation, which is usually just finding like veterans and like football players. I just kind of had it as a kid, so I really couldn't do a lot of things. Like skateboarding or literally any form of sports.
I'm just falling apart from my own demise.
I think the worst one, though, I heard was from our friend or our associate Nando, where like her skin on the inside would get caught on her ribs. I cringe just thinking about that.
I remember that conversation.
Oh.
Yeah, she's also super fucking short. That explains like 90%. Well, there's a hot take I can say, and I'm not going to say that because it's the internet and this is going to get posted, but there are other things that coincide with the story that make like actual sense.
Yeah, we're a bunch of physical specimens here.
See, physically, minus my hair, I'm fantastic. I am perfectly fine. I am pristine. I love it. No, I fucking don't. Because mentally, I am like, I don't even know the term to go with. I'm like shattered. It's like ADHD's for certain. Anxiety disorder's been like on paper. There's some other fucking issues. It's bad. My mental state is like a war zone. Like, it works. I'm still here. I made it to past 20. Yay!
I don't know about my mental state because it's at least immaculate enough to where, like, just by giving advice and trying to help people, I have gotten 2 girlfriends. But at the same time, I have a crippling mommy complex, and there was a point a little while ago where I felt my sanity slipping away.
You almost got to where I'm at now.
Yeah, you know, like 3-4 hours of sleep maybe a night for like a week. Yeah, that was fun. I got lost in the sauce too.
See, I've unfortunately learned that actual drugs, it's like pills and stuff like that, and actually, let me narrow it down. Weed specifically fucks with my mental state more than I've given it credit for. It has really fucked with my memory, my emotions, just like random bullshit like that. And it's caused me a lot of issues that are now long lasting because of it. But like alcohol, weirdly enough, is like, say I drink one little 12-ounce 5% drink. That's enough to make me, that plus caffeine is enough to make me act like a normal human being. That's fantastic. But I don't know how to like properly explain it, because like alcohol is like the little boon that I need to actually get somewhere in life. Because weirdly enough, everyone I've ever dated, I talked to and got their like number and shit while I was drinking. Like not drunk, but like drinking.
Mm-hmm.
But then with like smoking or taking pills and other shit like that, it is terrible. It is significantly hindered my existence.
See, I've mentioned this before. I'm too afraid to have my like inhibitions dulled because I'm afraid of what I'm gonna do. Because, so like for example, I was the good child. You know, I was always the perfect kid that never did anything weird, was the kid that never like got into any... I literally never got in trouble once. And even then there was some misunderstanding there. And so, you know, some of the shit I say in private or through Discord, boy howdy, that's probably gonna be an eye-opener if I like accidentally spill that out. I agree with Kane. Sanity is overrated. That's why I'm streaming. I can channel my loose definition of sanity. And maybe why eventually, when I finally work up the courage to like actually just speak into a microphone, I might try doing some like ASMR. And one of these days, I think maybe for like July or something, because you know Christmas in July, I'll read like that Grinch copy pasta. Or like do some other like dumb ones. I know the real popular ones are like falling down the stairs and fucking dying ASMR.
I love those videos. Fucking hilarious.
There are a lot of cringe copy pastas. This one in particular though was about one woman's fetish for the Grinch that just destroyed her relationship.
Oh, it's I remember that one.
Or like do a spin on it where I'm like reading a Dr. Seuss book, but it's incredibly fucked up. It's like, you know, Cindy Lou, who is 22 and is gonna save Christmas. I'm sorry, what? Oh yeah, it was so the copy pasta is basically this woman like asking for help what to do. Because for some reason the Grinch just turned her on. And like her boyfriend was a good sport. Like, you know, he wore like, I don't know, like a green like felt suit, you know, like pajamas or something while they had sex or something. But it got really bad when she saw an inflatable Grinch like decoration in a front yard and she told her boyfriend pull over.
See, Kane, you're also onto something there because like this is probably not the most PG fucking conversation for Twitch, but like
It's fine.
you gotta think about it like this way. Every kink, every fucked up kink specifically, there's a sad or fucked up story to it in the way it came about.
Oh yeah, no dude, I fucking aced like abnormal like sex and psych. A lot of it is just generally like boiled down to like your first sexual experience or what you acclimate to. So like
oh no, that explains a lot for me. I need to take a lap. I'll be back in like a minute.
So like some examples is like scat, right? Like most people don't like it because it's literally like it's literally shit. Fetishism. You probably masturbate in the bathroom a lot. Or there was one case where like this guy had a problem of he wasn't lasting long. And the reason for that is because him and his buddy, I think this was like in Mexico, was every summer they would hire a prostitute, but prostitution was a big no-no around there. So they had to be as fast as possible. And so that just kind of taught the guy's body, be fast. Or, you know, another one is the panty fetish, or like a guy can't get it up unless there's panties. And the case that they showed in the book, it was a real fun class, was he would like steal his sister's panties around when he hit puberty, and he couldn't really get it up unless there were panties present. So they just kind of like desensitized him. So like all right, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna jerk off, but when you let us know when you get close and we'll take the panties away. And they just built it up over time and they cured him.
I remember that story.
I scored 100% on that test, by the way, and I think that might have outed me to my professor.
See, with my psych teacher right now, I use a lot of military stuff in all my papers and assignments because, you know, whoop-de-fucking-do. Who knows what my career is?
Yep.
It's not like my haircut alone gives it away. But, And I got to talking with him one day because he lived on Ramstein Air Base in Germany most of his childhood. So we just started shooting the shit about military stuff one day, and he started referencing one of my papers. And I'm not going to go too much into what was in the paper because it's very not Twitch friendly. But he's like, "How the fuck do you know this? Like, that's like some genuine like sketchy government shit." I'm like, well, like, I'm sorry I have to be so vague here, but like,
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's a lot of like. There's been a few times where there's been like some controversial learning stuff. Like there was one girl in one of my classes where she had to leave because the topic was basically teenagers and their lust for sex, and she just wasn't comfortable with it. There's a lot of stuff like that. Psychology's not a fun time. There's not a lot of happy things in there. Sociology, though, that was the fucked up one. A lot of assumptions in that one, unfortunately. Like, trying to think, like... Oh yeah, I did learn about the origins of, like, tentacle hentai and sociology. I mean, I kind of already knew it, but it was surreal that my professor was explaining it.
Ooh, do you remember, God, this was years ago now, but whenever Skirva used to stream his college courses before he graduated, do you remember that one day where his teacher had the fucking hentai background?
It wasn't hentai background, and I know this because I still have it saved on my computer.
Well, it was still like anime
like
and cringe as hell.
Yeah, it was like an anime succubus maid with butt wings. And then he also had like a shit ton like Final Fantasy music saved on his computer because he was also a dungeon master. that was a wild ride, dude.
Oh, dude, there's some crazy fucking stories from back in the day.
Yeah. Dude, I don't remember what it was, but I was watching something, and someone mentioned Ram Ranch, and I got a fucking Nom flashback.
That one TikTok I posted in the other server is a callback to that. The one where I said we finally went full circle.
Yeah.
Dude, I blasted that on my car speakers today coming back from Wally World. And some fucking dude looked at me and gave me a thumbs up. Like, I had my speakers on max, and my little fucking shitty Kia has great speakers for what it is. So I blasted this bitch, and this fucking dude walking his dog looked at me with a look of disgust and gave me a thumbs up.
Okay, when I drive home, so my coworkers, we get off at the same time, and I have a very eclectic sense of music. You know, I'll listen to like black metal Bathory, and then, you know, the next song is be fucking Kaja Gugu's Too Shy Shy. And, you know, I got there in the morning and I was listening to King Diamond, you know, very satanic, high-pitched wailing shit. And then, I shit you not, I popped the CD out as we were going home, and I put in fucking Michael Bublé. I think I have the Witcher soundtrack in my car still. I just never listened to it.
It's not a bad soundtrack.
Yeah, it's just I don't care for The Witcher.
Made that very well known.
Yes. I have some heretical opinions. Like, for example, when I said I didn't like Persona 5 yesterday. Don't get me wrong. The teacher and Futaba, wonderful. Love them. Futaba, I really like the aesthetic of, like, ginger-haired girl with glasses. But I can't spend 200 hours playing that game, dude. Bad taste, and then he goes and says the right thing. Dude, I'll at least give Persona the respect for this. Persona 5 was not the first time you could have had a relationship with your teacher. It was a little bit more indirect in Persona 3. Where it was like, huh, you know, I'm gonna play this MMO. And I'm gonna start playing this. And then, oh, I met this woman. And so you go through this whole relationship thing. You start building the bond with this chick. And then the servers are shutting down. And so she just puts like, I love you as the last message. And then like, okay, I'm gonna this is a very special message. I'm gonna save this and I'm gonna make my wallpaper on my cell phone. And then when you're talking to your teacher, you accidentally drop your cell phone. She sees it, realizes it's like, oh my god. You know what? Fuck it, I don't care. I mean, I don't think you do anything afterwards, but you know, as a MILF man, that option pleases me. As the only guy in the world that would choose the Samara romance option in Mass Effect, that pleases me. Persona 5 is meh, in my honest opinion. Yeah, it's... I look at that game and I see like... This is what like non-anime fans probably see anime as like, with how like flamboyant and loud it is. They're still selling that
Something
Joker
I've
soap.
weirdly noticed is like growing in popularity. It's like anime shit on campus is becoming really mainstream. Fucking weirdly enough, white girls and sushi is becoming the new fucking fad, and it's very upsetting because I miss when sushi was like this niche thing in my state where it's like, oh, there's a sushi place here. There's not one for like 100 fucking miles. This is great. And now it's like every fucking town is like a shitty little rundown Hispanic run sushi place. Like not even fucking like an Asian owner. Like just like hot take here on Twitch, but it's a fucking illegal immigrant that I'm not like being like a racist American when I say illegal, but it's just they don't have any like identification and they run this restaurant and it's very sketchy and shady and people get sick and die from it. It's really upsetting.
Is it a like middle-aged Mexican woman where you know she's kind of got like the arm flab? Because you know those women, they could probably make anything. It's probably not healthy for you, but god damn it, does it taste good?
No, it's the kind where it's the older guy and a younger child that neither speak English. So this is where I went to my hometown the other day and I went to this little new sushi place. They did not speak any English. I'd like break out my Spanish from
Oh. Am I dying on Discord? I think I am.
You're back.
Okay, thank god.
But yeah,
Scared
long
me.
story short, I use like full on fucking archaic Spanish to talk about my sushi order. Not even order, just talk about it.
I took 2 semesters of Spanish and all I can say is cold. Which is funny because I can't roll my R's.
Funny time to go load screen.
Yeah. Yeah, he's thinking real hard about when he had to learn Spanish. I think the culture thing about anime, because I mean, yeah, there's like maybe 1 or 2 kids that realized I was like reading a Bleach manga like thing in middle school, but I think part of that might be due to the superhero phase, you know? Because before that was like a nerd thing. And the prize just opened the door. And then actually you got the detractors that come in, try to change shit. Like with everything.
God damn. Horizon's a pretty good game. I've been playing the hell out of it for the past like hour.
I know.
It is. Because I'm playing the first one, not the Forbidden West, because I actually want to know the story. So great, I just wasted $70 on Forbidden West. Fuck me, am I right? But
Hey, buddy, how's that Avatar game going?
oh, I finished it a few days ago.
Gotta be like
It
me.
was
Gotta buy like
mid.
maybe like 4 games a year, and even then, all those are probably at the summer, like on the Steam Christmas sale.
Well, you forget, Hawk. I have a superpower called hyperfixation, and I just choose a game, burn myself out, and then have nowhere else to go.
Avatar
Yeah,
game.
Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. It's an Ubisoft. It's basically Avatar, the Blue People, the game, but Far Cry.
Yeah. Poor man.
It's terrible.
Yeah, that game had no marketing. I didn't even realize that game was a thing. Like, I maybe saw a trailer like a day after you talked about it and bought it.
Well, it's not even a good game. That's just a fucking thing. Like, it's Far Cry with blue people. The only thing good about it is like the hunting in game, because the creatures of Avatar are really fucking cool, and just I can go off on a million-year tangent with my love of biology and animals, but they are really fucking cool, and I love the just whole ecology of the Avatar universe, and that's the only thing they did right. Everything else was fucking terrible. And the gameplay loop was the same as Far Cry 4. They've not changed it at all.
Do you expect anything of Ubisoft? Like, it's either a Far Cry game or it's an Assassin's Creed game with a different coat of paint. Because
At this point, they're the same fucking game. Like, Assassin's Creed is now Far Cry. Valhalla is just Far Cry but Vikings.
Speculative biology is always fun. Yeah, but like, remember when Assassin's Creed used to be a stealth game?
I remember playing the first one on PS3. That was a fucking trip.
Boy, who remembers Altair? Yeah, some Ezio. What game was Ezio? Oh, Ezio was a playable character in Soul Calibur 5.
Ezio, I believe, was in either the second or third. No, yeah, he was in the second one.
Yeah, Altair was the first one.
Yeah, Altair was in the first
Ezio
one.
was...
Ezio was in the second, and then
the third was...
Connor was
in
the third.
I'm not gonna lie, if there was anyone I was probably gonna play, it probably would have been like... If I had to pick like an aesthetic, it probably would have been the American Revolution. Because it's just really cool to think about.
Dude, that game was so fucking fun. I remember playing the shit out of it. It was so nice.
Don't diss me. I said it was dumb for making it a stealth game. It was told to get with the times. Yeah. My dad loves Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Odyssey's pretty good. Like, it's way too long of a game, and this is where Ubisoft really fucked up Assassin's Creed, is with the length of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh my god, I loved it.
There's hardly been any good stealth games for a long time. Yeah, and even then, like, the Thief games were, like, the most in-depth stealth games. And they only had, like, 9 months to make them, and that was, like, in the early 2000s.
Let me dig through my archive, because I think there's... other than potentially Baldur's Gate 3, if you play it as a stealth game, I think the only other one I've played that I will count as good in any fucking way. Let me dig through the archives, because I have it saved somewhere.
Well, I think the problem is, like, there's minor stealth elements and pretty much pick a third-person, over-the-shoulder Sony exclusive starter pack game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a little bit of stealth in there, but they're not stealth games.
Let me see here, because I'm starting to like get into like the niche games I haven't played since like 2015.
Oh, those are the best ones, though, dude.
My Steam library is ridiculously large. It doesn't know right. I've dumped all of my money into Steam. It's really sad. Anyway.
Honestly, I think the reason the podcast episode did so well was because in the thumbnail, I put us as like both two like sad cowboys over a campfire. I was just like going, remember games that used to have 4 discs? Good times.
Alright, this is kind of a hot take, but the only good stealth game I've played in recent years is Ghost Recon Wildlands. And I know the argument can be said that it is like you can just like get in a helicopter and blow shit up, or you can just use grenades and shit and blow shit up. I played that game like a fucking, mind you, I was a child when I played it, but I played it like it was a fucking SF simulator. So I was like long range sniper, SMG, you know, turn the corner, one tap people and fuck off. And I love that game because of the camera aspect and shit like that. That's the only good one I've played recently. Because there's nothing. Stealth games just fell off the face of the earth. It's like RTS games. Like RTS games in recent years have been really fucking bad.
Yeah, it's been like that for a while.
Like I love RTS games. Like I grew up on Warcraft, Orcs and Humans, and Warcraft 3. Those are my 2 RTS games. I love them to death.
Oh, you
There's
poor
really
child.
nothing like that anymore.
What happened to you when they took your old one away and gave you Reforged?
I bought it, and now I'm very pissed off because it's fucking ruined.
Mhm.
They took the fun parts of the game, got rid of them, and tried to balance the rest, and it's miserable. Because they abandoned it a month after launch because they fucked up. They did everything they said they were going to add was in the game files, just not in the fucking game.
Ooh, you know it's probably like on disc DLC, I bet. Well, that was the plan, but then like
And then they abandoned it, and now there's fucking nothing there, and the modders have taken over. From what I know, I've not been in the loop for quite a while, with good reason.
Yeah, dude, Blizzard is, they had a lot of good graces. Now they really don't.
And now there's like no fucking point. Like Blizzard used to be good, and then Tencent bought them out, and now it's just
Also,
oh, I almost said a racial slur. I
it's like-
can't do that online.
it's like BioWare, right? Like all the people that founded BioWare are gone, but BioWare's still making games. Give me Thief Gold and Thief Gold 2. And I do have those games. I almost streamed them, but OBS is being a bitch about it. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I saw that you like mistyped Thief, and I thought you were making a joke of Thief. I don't know if you know about that one, Vulcan.
Vaguely.
So they
I
tried
dig
to
in my memory.
reboot Thief, and they just called it Thief. Well, here's the
Oh,
problem.
it was that game.
But yeah, I just mistyped. I figured, but this is a funny story. And so here's the problem with Thief. Is Dishonored tried to be Thief. Thief tried to be Dishonored. And the reason everyone calls it Thief is because there's a bunch of people in Montreal, and their thick French accents, they could not say thief. So it was like always like, you are Master Thief. That kind of shit. So that's what just everyone called it.
Like, hot take here, English should be the universal language. And I'm not saying that because I'm a native English speaker. I'm saying that because it has the most expressive qualities and clarity to what you're saying.
Well, also everyone always makes fun of the English language and like how we spell and say shit, but we tried to make it the universal language. It's always like oh, you spell this weird or whatever, you dumb Americans. Excuse me, we did that for the fucking French, thank you very much, who are, by the way, living up in our hat.
Yeah.
So 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon here. You can usually just blame the French for your problem. Because there's like a lot of like direct translations.
Also funny to me how very few Germans can actually fucking speak English, but you know, English was primarily derived from German and French, I believe. I might be wrong. I am intoxicated, so bear with me here. But I still find it hilarious because I have met multiple Germans in the military, like through exchange programs and on campus. And they speak barely any fucking English. So I have to break out my, whopping lexicon in my mind to fucking speak to them in their own native tongue. And it's like, wow. And I just call them fucking stupid because like they get taught it in school. Like it's, yeah, old Germanic, but
Not your burger language. Aren't burgers originally like German or something?
Yes.
Like we.
Well, no. The word, yes. I don't know the actual like where it came from.
Because I've got a lot of German people where I live. We straight up have a place called the. You know, I shouldn't say that, but you know, like, everyone's always like.
Yourself.
Everyone's, well, no, probably not me, but it's in a general. It pinpoints it more. But
Yeah.
like oh, Americans and their hamburgers and their hot dogs. I mean the hot dogs that are like from Germany. Look, you know, we're young people. We got like maybe 300 years on our belt at most. You know, we're no Byzantine Empire. Well, you know, we brought some of the good shit together. We're like the Philippines. We're just a mix of everything.
That's a part of the reason I love that I travel so much and that I am a relatively cultured person. Because, like, I can have these hot takes and get away with it. Because I've actually been to these fucking places. Like, South America, backwater of the fucking world. I don't know why the fuck that they're even a stable, like, place.
Look,
like,
man, they fight gators their entire life. They're
they
hardened
have
people.
fucking concrete walls around their schools with razor wire, and they have the fucking audacity to say American schools aren't safe. They're like, oh, this makes it so safe for us. Motherfucker, there's a goddamn explosive mark. There was gunpowder on the wall in a breach.
When the kids were trying
Like,
to
what
play
the
hooky.
fuck? Like I am like, oh, I can go on tangents. I can get me kicked out of the internet for good, and get me like fucking demoted. But like, the world does not have the right to like talk to the U.S. the way they fucking do. It's like, oh, take away your guns. Oh, blah blah blah. Motherfucker, our country is the size of all of fucking Europe. Every state is a different country for the sake of simplicity.
Pretty much. Each one
We
does have
need
their culture.
weapons to survive. Because if it's not for like each other, it's nature. We have fucking bears and shit bigger than anything you can have in Europe,
We're
and they
connected to
will
Florida.
fuck our ass up.
The only people who
Florida's
fight
just
more...
a fucking wasteland. I'm happy I was raised there.
So we're talking about games that went to shit here as a Might and Magic. My dad used to play Might and Magic all the time. I never played him though.
Yeah, I'm very good on going on tangents. I apologize. I will calm
No, it's,
down.
no, it's fine, because, you know, it's always like the joke of, like, you know, I joked about earlier, but, like, man, you know, the British, you know, we may have had our differences in the past, you know, like, you trying to, like, tell us what to do, and, you know, as hot-blooded Americans, but, you know, we're not so different. Everyone makes fun of the way we eat things, and, you know, we have guns, but you got knives. How about we just shake hands? Everyone makes fun of us. We'll be friends together. We'll be the two weird kids.
Kane, I have a funny thing to add to that. I don't know how often this gets put on the internet, but the Florida National Guard and the Marine Reserves actually bring armored vehicles out into the Florida wilderness to kill these wild boars. Like, they mount 50 cals and grenade launchers, fucking grenade launchers, to blow up a fucking pig. Because they are that bad. It is the most hilarious fucking shit I've ever witnessed. Because it's like, you have this fucking literal tank that they don't have any fucking, like, they don't have any high explosive rounds or anything like that, but it's an actual fucking Abrams. It's a video my buddy sent me. And they had 2 machine guns on the turret and then a 50 cal on the turret, and they just, like, in all directions, just driving and shooting. It is the most funny shit I've ever seen. And yeah, they are terrifying. Like, I'm a tall fucking dude. I'm almost, can't say I'm almost, so I'm fucking 5'11". And they're like halfway up my body. They are huge. Florida is literally the last frontier. Fuck Alaska. Alaska, you can at least, you know, you can see all the shit that's gonna kill you. Florida, it's like you have these fucking 20-foot snakes, giant-ass fucking pigs, and grass that's 12 feet tall. Like, it's...
Gators.
You're
My
fucked.
mom's from Florida, man. She's like, someone that she used to work with, like, moved to Florida. Like, yeah, man, there's a gator in our yard. Like, did you get it fencing? No, that's why the house is probably cheap. These
they can
gators, they're
also
gonna be coming
climb
in there every
fences.
day.
You need a concrete fence to keep gators out, or not concrete fence, concrete wall. There's a chain link fence they can actually climb.
Good jam. You want some stopping power? I remember there was this one show my dad watched. Cause for context, think like a weeb, but for Norway instead of Japan. That was my dad. He had a phase like that. And so there's like this one like Norwegian show that he was watching on Netflix, and the very first thing was showed you why you're not allowed outside of Norway without a gun. And it was a man getting basically brutalized by a polar bear.
Checks out.
And you know, the guy that saw it happening, you know, I don't know if he missed just because he was old and getting senile, but it was, he killed the guy and not the polar bear. There's a reason he killed everything, even slightly aggressive out here. Yep.
And we took all the other aggressive shit from other parts of the world back here to replace them. Because we are smart people.
It's like that one Pathfinder story I told you about, right? Is like, oh, the moral dilemma of the group that just killed the warg mother, and now there are warg pups, so what do you do with them? And the people I was watching play, they were all from like Texas and Florida. So like, obviously we killed them. But the reason it was a moral dilemma was because it was a bunch of people from Seattle that wrote the campaign. Like, obviously you're going to kill these things. If you like own any animals whatsoever, you're gonna kill the wolves, coyotes, and foxes, because if you don't, they're like goblins. They're just gonna come back and take it as a learning experience.
Did you say coyotes?
Coyotes, yes. The fucking Coyote Saga.
Jesus fucking Christ. Welcome to another tangent with me, Vulcan, and my terrible upbringing in the backwoods of fucking Kentucky. I will dox myself. I do not care.
As long as you say your state, you're fine, because states are pretty big.
Yeah, but there's only like 3 big cities in my entire state, and I'm in one of them. Anyway, so growing up, I lived with 6 hunting dogs. My dad trained them back when my dad was actually a good person. And all 6 of our dogs had a form of gigantism, so all of them were Labrador Retrievers, which normally don't get much bigger than about 4'11" to 5.5 feet when they stand up on their hind legs. All of my dogs were 6 to 7 feet. They were Jesus. Giant. They were like, oh my god, I love the pictures of my dogs because they're fucking huge.
Could ride those things.
But the coyotes that we have in my spot in the state are giant. Not normally like large, like they're maybe like 4.5 feet when they stand up on their hind legs. That's a pretty big fucking coyote. But there was I remember, this is like the biggest incident with them I remember, other than the Machete Chronicles, which I won't get into.
Yeah, I remember sometimes you had to like leave call to go like kill coyotes.
Yeah, it was bad. So when I was growing up, there was this pack that was like a genuine menace for my area that the game wardens and the Department of Fish and Wildlife did get involved with multiple times. Because there's about 40 or so of them, and they would roam around this like 12 to 15 square mile area. But their big base of operations, so to speak, like their den, I guess I should say, it was on a cliffside right next to my house. And their pack leader was this giant fuck-all coyote, which I am like 20% sure had to be a wolf.
Would you describe it as a dire coyote?
I would describe it as a dire coyote because the fucker was intelligent. So the way my house sits is, so in the US, I don't know how much you know about it, but we have things called counties. So within our state, we have counties, which are these smaller areas with a generally 1 or 2 major city centers in them. And within my county, I can't remember where I was going with the county thing. Oh yeah, within my county. So my house sits at the highest point in the entire county. So we live just past the cliff's edge. That is about a 200, 300 feet drop into a river. And there's also an airstrip directly across from my front porch. So you have my front porch, a small little chain link fence because we had cattle, and then a giant fuck all valley, and then an airstrip. The airstrip was maybe about 500 yards away, or 500 meters away for the sake of simplicity. And every other night for about 2 months straight, my dad and I would catch this giant fucking coyote, or quote-unquote dog-like figure, as my mother described it the first time, sitting on the airstrip with like 3 other smaller ones around it, staring directly at my fucking house. Like, if we got our binoculars at sunset and looked over, you could see they were looking towards us. And that happened for about a month before something happened, and it was our eldest dog at the time got caught and was bit and beaten up by the coyotes. The rest of our dogs fucking killed the rest of the coyotes that were attacking them, or at least fought them off, but we had to like go and carry my dog back to the house because she was so beat up. And it was really fucking scary because that coyote was intelligent enough to stake us out, and they did multiple other little quote-unquote attacks over the years, and it was really bad until finally our game warden actually killed it. Like, we had our game warden sit on our front porch with a rifle. Not on our front porch, on our barn. We had a barn close to our house. He sat on top of the barn
Jesus.
with a rifle, staring at the airstrip, waiting for the fucker to come out. And the second the fucker came out, he lit that bitch up. Like, he shot it twice with an automatic rifle, and then saw it like kind of like start limping, and then shot it. Like, he mag dumped it straight up.
I don't blame him.
Our airstrips are not like that. Basically, for my area, they are generally put on a hill at the edge of a valley, and it's maybe a foot or so of actual dirt and clay until it gets to clay and bedrock that you can't dig through at all. So nothing really digs on our airstrips. There's no reason to. But yeah, coyotes here, or the dire coyote, I should say, that was like my boogeyman growing up, because I was like 6 or 7 when this happened, and I was terrified to go out in the woods after that, because it's like something that big fucking existed and was that intelligent to stake us out and actually like do raids.
At least you're scary, dude.
Like, there's more stories behind that coyote that I vaguely remember now, but I can't verbalize because I've been fucking drinking. We need a Coyote Chronicles episode. I need to write out everything that's happened and like kind of pseudo read off of it, because there's a lot of shit that's happened there that should be a cautionary tale to the fucking world. Coyotes are like, they're like goblins in Goblin Slayer. You need to fucking kill them.
They'll just
They really fuck shit up. And if you let them grow and, you know, exist enough, it's scary. Like, wolves and bears in Kentucky are starting to make a big comeback nowadays.
Oh god.
And it's terrifying because, and mountain lions. It's horrifying because if coyotes were that much of a threat, imagine a pack of mountain lions or a pack of wolves and bears, because weirdly enough, in Kentucky, bears and wolves, they do form packs. It's terrible. Just awful fucking nature.
Nature's coming back, but it's gonna be slow.
And it's gonna
ease
be
into
brutal.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, airstrips in my state are not tarmac at all, other than the main like 2 airports we have. So the one across from my house is literally just a giant hill that the guy has to mow the grass every week.
Yeah, don't forget about the moths. That was a joke.
We're not gonna get into the moths. They fucking...
Those are vengeful little bastards.
Long story short, my bedroom at my parents' house when I still lived there had an issue with the ventilation in my room only. So the vents were fucked up. There was no way to repair it with the cheapness that my father went off at the time. And so I had no air conditioning, no heat in my room. I had an air conditioner, or an AC unit that was window mounted, that I paid for on my own. And if I didn't use that to freeze out the room, like I'm dead serious, like bring it to like, I don't know what the fucking Celsius equivalent would be, but about 33 to 34 degrees, so literally just above freezing to keep the bugs from moving. Like in the summer, the moths and the stink bugs, because we have stink bugs because they're invasive and people in my state are stupid. But moths would get in through the ventilation system, which was closed off to the rest of the house, weirdly enough. But they'd get into my room, or they'd come in through the window because there's like one tiny crack, and it was terrible. I'd light them on fire, I'd smash them, I'd get rid of them, but they'd always fucking come back because I had my little Christmas RGB lights on year round.
32 would be 0 Celsius. Yep.
See, I knew it'd be 0, but I didn't know what like 34 or 35 would be. I don't know the exact. I don't know the conversion rates. Like I know like miles and yards to kilometers and centimeters and meters, but I don't know the temperature, which really sucks.
It's a weird math equation, I think. But yeah. God, the animals just fucking hate you. Cold is cold.
Cold is indeed cold. See, that's one thing. Like, I don't want to get too into personal stuff, but like Hawke, like you know how I've bitched about like living in my general region from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
Like my initial thoughts were, go back home up north to Minnesota or go to Alaska. No, I'm coming to the terms that, like Arizona is the best bet because I just like the fucking heat. Like you can deal with the heat. You just like blast your AC in your house, or you can wear like light layers going outside and drink a fuck ton of water and Gatorade. Like up north, it's fucking miserable. Like your car won't even fucking start up north. And like with me being the true-blooded American that I am, wanting an old-timey sports car because fuck electric vehicles. I'm just gonna say it. They are way worse for the environment than gas-powered.
Where's the electricity come from?
Exactly. Fucking coal plants in Kentucky. That's where. That goes for all of Ohio. I shit you not. It's fucking sad.
Mm-hmm.
But
we got so many like old unused factories here.
Dude, I've seen so many in Cincinnati alone. It's terrible. But like, yeah. So like, I just want to move to Arizona. Like, I just want the heat. I want the fucking cacti, the red dirt, red clay, all of that shit. I prefer it. I should not have gone to basic training in Oklahoma. That was the worst mistake they could have done because now I want to move out west, and that's terrible. Terrible.
Go west.
It's either I go west to like where desert meets the rest of the world, or it's I just say fuck it and disappear to northern Canada. Like that's literally the two extremes here.
I also mentioned this because you brought up Alaska. Don't ever go to Alaska. Because
I'm going for a fishing trip in a few years.
Well, don't stay there.
Like 2 or so.
Because it's always like, come to Alaska to get away from your problems. But here's the thing. The only people that take that advice are the people with problems, and they bring their problems. And then it's like, most of the time, it's nighttime. There's a reason the suicide rate is so high.
Kane, you're onto something there with the Wendigo shit. I am horrified of them. There's other stories that go into it. I'm not going to get into. I'm not. I'm terrified to even say the fucking word. Hawke, if you would like to explain that, you can, because you were there for the whole chronicle. I cannot talk about them. I am shaking in my fucking timber. I'm shivering me timbers in my goddamn dorm room right now.
I'm sorry, what? There's no blood in my brain. I saw Wendigo and I immediately started thinking of like Window C. Like Wendigo Monster Girls. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine over in England from it, but over here it's just, terrible things. I shine out in the tree line, scary noises in the middle of the night, the night going silent. It's terrible.
Oh yeah, dude. Every person I've met that like lives near like a forested area or near wilderness, it puts the fear of God in you. Because there's just something like disturbingly magical out there.
Like, here's why I don't believe in the normal Christian God. Or at least I don't believe to the full degree that other Christians would do. I've grown up in the backwoods. Like, all the horror stories you hear about, like backwoods Kentucky, Appalachian Trail, that shit is real. It is horrifying. It is terrible out here because we're not a very densely populated area to begin with, except for our 4 major cities. And the second you go outside those cities to the boonies, if there's a forest out in the boonies, it's going to be sketchy. There's like, you either have the meth heads and the creepy people, which you can generally talk to. Like, people out here are like...
You have a nice cultist mask. Oh no, I'm dying again, aren't I? Oh god, my back. Okay.
It's pretty bad. Like, there's so many scary things. Yeah, you're here.
Okay.
It's just, America is terrifying. Kentucky specifically is like the end of the earth.
I used to camp out in the UK in full knowledge that there's basically nothing here, but God does a twig snap because everything falling silent makes your balls suck back up into your body. Yeah.
And as an American, I can say that'd be a nice little fucking weekend trip. Oh, it's only a twig snapping this time. It's not the fucking howls of Satan off in the distance.
Like, oh, those things are getting farther away. Hold on. Let me check my Skinwalker manual. Oh, that means it's getting closer to me.
Let me bring out my 50 cowboys. We're going hunting.
Oh, baby, the rake's coming.
Oh, Hawke, I just fucking realized now that I am 21, I don't care about doxing my age. I'm government issue. Everyone can look up my fucking username, for Christ's sake, and probably find my real name.
I mean, we know the rules of the internet, Vulcan. If you say you're a woman, you're actually a man. If you say you're a man, then you're actually like a 14-year-old kid.
And I'm a tranny. Like, I confuse the world.
I'm everything.
On everything. But, I can actually buy, like, I can actually carry my handgun now, which is really nice. I'm going to bring it to my next drill next month because I'm living in a tent. But, dude, I can buy a fucking 50 cal now.
There you go.
Oh, you bet your sweet ass I'm buying a fucking 50 cal the second I get the money.
Not to mention all the people in national parks.
Yeah, that is, so in about like 2 years or so, if you're still around, Kane, and Hawke is still streaming, if he goes missing when I bring him to the Appalachian Trail, that's why. Yeah, it's pretty sketchy out here.
I'll be there with my then Wendigo wife. I'll just turn into like a Wendigo VTuber.
The Wendussy got to him.
No, the hit's different, man.
Yes, rotting and screaming the entire time.
Mm-hmm. Look, I'm a fucked up individual. I mean, I'm not normal. You know, what is it? Like, I love a woman that will actually just kill me.
I'm built fucking stupid.
I mean, I wanted to get embarrassed. Like, I hope I piss myself. I love that fucking video so much. I love the Warhammer one, too. Like, I need you to smite me. What the fuck?
Or the God Never Made Lemons one. Oh.
Now all I can think of is that Wendigo asking itself if it was even male or female to start with.
You know what? I'll do you a favor, Kane. In about 3 weeks, I'll go up north. I'll figure out what the fuck's going on up there. I'll find the one Wendigo residing in Minnesota. I'll figure it out.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I'm the perfect Wendigo, like, repellent. Oh,
you really are.
Just come
You're
on.
the one that would touch it.
Yeah. I'd hunt that thing. It'd run from me. I'll find you.
Like, I'd fucking sit in the corner with my gun because I fear the word itself. And you'd just be out there, like, screaming, like... I can't say what I want to say because people around me are going to hear me.
Pants off the entire time. I'm just sitting outside your tent, protecting it. Like, don't worry, I ain't coming near here.
Let me find a video. You can maybe share this with the stream. because this pretty much sums it up.
I'll just get like a sign or something while I'm sitting down, and it'll be like, I don't know, you talking a lot of shit for someone within like, I don't know, looting range or something.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that one quote I used to say? It was like, sometimes you stare at the abyss, and the abyss stares back, and then that's when you like take your pants off and start stroking it until it gets uncomfortable enough to look away.
Hawke, this entire video I sent you sums up what you would do to a Wendigo.
Alright, let's see here. Oh boy, I'm gonna be a React streamer, guys. I'm like XQC. Or let's be real, everyone kind of does React content nowadays. Alright, what we got here?
Shouldn't have come for me.
I'm like over a minute in.
Microgravity
Oh,
walls
oh,
are
he's
putting
loading.
enormous
He's-
stress on his body.
Oh,
Oh,
Am I
there
good?
he is. Yep.
is it the femboy dingo one?
No, unfortunately, it's all a Halo reference.
Run!
They're like 20 seconds more in. It's like when Eshram starts speaking.
Chief, he's here.
I'm here. This was never a trap. It is a test of metal. Our battle ends here.
Get him out of there.
On it.
This is already shaping up to be something.
Witness. Our story will become legend. Told by those that survive you.
There's my, the fuck is some of these? Like, okay, yeah, there's the Alan Wake song. Oh yeah, there's Pause.
Yeah, you're basically fucking Eshram to those goddamn Wendigos out there.
It's like when you, it's like those videos you see of like, the guy bites off more than he can chew in a fight, so he just like starts stripping to like freak them out. Like, what are you doing? Don't worry, this is a perfectly fine strategy. There's not a lot of things that they can grab if you're naked. And then when they realize that's a bait, it's too late. It's the one joke of like, what's that one SCP? The like one that basically is a Wendigo. Right? It's like the story is like you download an app and that thing follows you forever. Like,
Oh, it's the Skeleton Wolf Girl one.
yeah, like how did they think that was scary? You basically just download an app and then you get a Wendigo, you get like a Wendigo GF that just never wants to leave you.
Hawke, the initial inception of that SCP was far more terrifying than the horny weirdos on the internet made it to be years later.
Well, that's the thing. Like, the thing didn't like attack. Okay, maybe it attacked like one person, but there's no context as to why.
Yeah.
But it's like Lady Dimitrescu, right? It's like, who's gonna be scared of a 9-foot-tall vampire mommy that constantly lifts you? That's like everyone's dream. She does eat your heart. I did not know that part. But how good is it up until that point, though? That's the question.
Joke's on you. The government already has my heart. Soulless husk government employee.
You don't need to eat my heart, Wendigo-chan. You already own it.
Yo, I can be a cop now, Hawke. I found my career path. Fuck college.
Yeah. Dude,
Well, not an actual cop, a fucking game warden.
when I had my speech classes, there were so many cool dudes in there, and all of them were trying to be cops.
Like,
there
I don't
was-
want to be like a cop, but like, they pay well.
And one of them was like, "So why?" Teacher like asked like, "What? So why do you want to be a cop?" I was like, "Because shit kept getting stolen from my house, and I wanted it to not happen to other people." Like, damn, that's actually pretty noble.
So like, if we're going off that like kind of like question for like, why do I want to be a game warden, for instance, like, dude, fuck poachers.
Yeah.
Fuck those motherfuckers. Like, I get killing coyotes, but like, don't kill deer, don't kill elk, don't kill the little creatures that actually like need to be there. I mean, maybe kill a few cattle if a farmer has like thousands of them, because you know,
I mean, I know around
realistically,
here
cows are worthless. But
we have a mandated like deer hunting season just because there's so many fucking deer around here that it's actually becoming dangerous.
fun fact, your fucking council,
Oh, that's right. We stole your deer, didn't we?
yes, you stole our deer, you stole our elk. Fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
there was,
reason
like,
we have a
big
fucking elk
conspiracy.
lottery is because of Ohio and Tennessee, and I'm so pissed.
Yeah. Sorry
It's like,
about
oh,
that.
you need to be drawn for a lottery to kill an elk instead of driving an hour north. An hour. And then I literally see elk on the side of I-75 going into Cincinnati. You know, the city center, and there's elk.
Yeah.
But it's right at the bridge. It's
Killed everything now. Deer go fucking mental. I've also seen a lot of like Russian like deer horror stories, dude. Granted, those are probably just bullshit, but sometimes, you know, when a deer gets very ill, it gets very insane. I can't tell if I'm dying again. Check my bit rate.
I find it funny
There we go.
how most of Europe has collectively killed off damn near most of the wildlife there is. I also find it really sad.
I mean, that's one thing that taught us in school is like, you know, when people came over to America, like, holy fuck, is that a beaver? I thought those were extinct. Dude, this place is
My
fucking
brother-
great.
I didn't tell you this because I didn't have a reason to at the time, but last drill, I think I told you about when I went off-roading on our trucks, right?
I think so.
So, Kane, for reference, my job in the Army is driving big 26-ton trucks. They're fucking massive. 10 wheels, the works. And we did an off-roading trail that day, and I just absolutely fucking smashed a beaver on accident. We were going through the off-roading trail. I was following another truck. We were going fucking 60, where we probably should have been going 10 miles an hour. And I hit a fucking... I hit a fucking puddle, and there's a beaver in it, and we just heard the fucking, like, crunching of bones, and I looked over to my sergeant, and I was like, oh shit, what did I hit? Because, like, for a second we thought it was like a tree limb or something, and then we get to the cleaning station, and it's like a fucking beaver pelt and half a tail stuck to the tire, and it's like, oh shit, what the fuck did I hit?
Oh boy.
I didn't even know we had beavers in Kentucky, to be completely honest.
There's the one. Good job.
They're extinct now, thanks to me.
And they were starting to like come over, you know, like there's like a little scouting ant, and you just crushed it. They ain't coming around here no more.
The scouting party got fucking obliterated, dude. There was nothing left to recover.
Yeah.
I wish I knew how to tan hides.
I see
But
you're
are
not
they
a games
big
journalist.
wolves? Like that's what I'm curious about. Are they like do you know like the name of the wolf? Because like I want to do a Google search now and like learn more about them. Because I know damn sure they can't be as big as the ones in the US.
Well, given your history in Pathfinder, wolves mean nothing to you.
I am the Machete King now. That's all that matters.
So for context, we played Pathfinder a few times, which is 3.5 D&D with some amendments. And so Vulcan was coming into the group a little late. I've played with him before, and we reused one of his characters. And so he sent me the Goblin Slayer Ogre fight themes. Like, I need you to play this when I come in. And so he was like a great sword fighter. So, you know, he fucked shit up. And the level 1 or level 2 party was supposed to fight a dire wolf on like the side quest. And the purpose of this, because when you add dire to anything in that game, just add like 4 levels to it. And so it was supposed to be like a lesson of like, you know, the guy said, you know, a lot of adventurers got killed doing this. You're still level 1 babies. Not Vulcan. He came in like halfway through the fight for like a dramatic entrance. Goblin Slayer theme started playing. He fucking crit it for like max damage and he one-shot the direwolf. And that was his intro to the group.
That was such a badass fucking intro. Like, you cannot beat that, though.
No, you could not.
Like, that's how, oh my god, I hate to go back to, like, the XCOM playthrough I've been doing. But, like, there was one battle earlier this morning, and I had used a new fucking rookie to get in, because I need to level up the rookies. Like, you can't just keep them around.
Mm-hmm.
And I leveled up this one. It was Hartman, the one that's constantly, like, the one German that I can't get rid of. And she comes into the fucking match swinging, like 10% to hit. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'll fuck around and find out. Critical. Straight up fucking critical. Cross the map. Fuck that bitch. And then she kept doing that for the whole match. But, like, meanwhile, me, you know, my little self-insert character, I'm still waiting on yours and frogs, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But my self-insert, he was not able to do shit. Like, he was just terrible. And he's a fucking sniper, which is ironic because that's what I wanted to do in the army. But, you know, he didn't hit a fucking shot, so I guess staying true to reality.
Hey buddy, you want some more Hawke family lore?
Oh god, what happened?
My mother almost joined the military. She wanted to be a sniper.
Every day, every fucking day, I think about it this way. I'm like, huh, if
And
I
then
become an officer and finish college, I could do this.
And then when that was an option, she almost became a trucker.
That is the most military mindset thing I've heard.
Which is weird because there's no military family on her side. They were just, you know, a bunch of Floridian rednecks.
Hawke, my squad, or my team leader now, he got switched with another guy, so instead of being my squad leader now, he's my team leader. But my team leader, he's a trucker. Civilian side. In the army, he's a trucker. That's what we do. But he was also a redneck from the fucking boonies with no military in his family. So that is why I say that's the most military mindset, because that's literally my fucking team leader. He did both. He did everything.
The thing about my mom, though, is she's not very coordinated. She trips on air all the time.
I think I'm getting ready to do a boss fight in my game, and I'm not really happy about that because I'm not sober enough to do it.
You're like Mordecai. You're a better shot when you're drunk.
Here at Hawke Industries, the resident Vulcan constantly drinks and smokes. Tonight, not smoking, but constantly drinks because there's no reason.
Dude, have you not heard of the shit that happened in the late 1800s? They literally ransacked Paris and outskirt towns for years and years. Yeah.
I vaguely remember that. Like, I know that they were a big like mountain lions too were a big problem during the Roman Empire days.
Reminds me of the Emu Wars, which really weren't wars when you actually like look at it. They make it sound like Australia lost to a bunch of emus, but no, it's like 2 guys, and the problem was they just ran out of ammo after a few days.
Yeah. It's funny though. It's a
Yeah.
funny little bit of history.
Yeah, we know it's bullshit what we're saying, but we still make fun of him for it. Yeah. It's like when you riff on your buddies, you know?
Oh fuck, I was right. This is a boss fight. Oh shit. For reference, I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but I am playing Horizon Zero Dawn. It's a fun game, but it's Jesus Christ.
The more modern day, the Eurasian wolf is
32
all over the
kilograms.
EU, and they get like,
It's
and they weigh like
32 kilograms is about 200 pounds. 32 times 5, that's about 180. Let me find my phone. Where the fuck is my... Hawke, can you do the math? My phone is actually being my little Twitch chat, and I can't touch it.
I got a little calculator here.
Good enough. Because a kilogram is 5 pounds, so
Okay. So it's like 5 times 32?
yeah, just 5 times 32.
160.
160. Ah, I was close. Yeah, that checks out. Wait, so that'd make Eurasian wolves about the size of my smallest dog,
You know, the wolf
who is-
gigantism.
who is pretty big. So
Boy, I can't wait for my 10-month-old 70-pound retriever to finally grow all the way. He's gonna be the size of a horse.
oh, dude, I want one of those Burmese mountain dogs so fucking bad. Cause like I hate being slightly above average height. For 2 reasons. 1, every woman is like a foot shorter than me. And 2, every creature is smaller than me in the United States, with some caveats to that. Like I just want a dog, you know, a little buddy I can train from birth who will be bigger than me. Like that's all I want. Like why the fuck? I'm gonna shut up now before I say something stupid.
Isn't the height thing though like it just like they asked women about this and their brain just like shuts off if they have to like look up at the guy? Which granted, if there's like a super tall Amazon mommy and I have to look up at her like in Unicorn Overlord, my brain probably shut off too.
I mean, I think it's more like a genetic thing at that, or not even genetic, just a fucking instinctual thing at that point. Because like when I see a woman taller than me, I get defensive. Like that is my. I don't even find them attractive. I just get defensive. It's just like fucking boonga boonga thing taller than me. Ugh. Fight thing, be dominant.
And for context, this is who I'm referring to. This is a really big picture. I did not anticipate this. Okay.
Oh Jesus Christ! I have to look at the stream.
So here's the main guy. Yeah, you can see he's looking up. Yes? Yes. Look at this fucking Amazon. She's amazing. What's her name? Amalia.
Dude's just a midget.
No, she's big. And it's amazing.
Like dude, when I was a wrestler in high school, I remember wrestling this one chick for state. She was on roids. There's no fucking way she wasn't. But like, this is the only time I've genuinely been fearful of a woman. Like, she was 6'5" in high school.
Oh my god.
And was fucking 230 pounds. She was giant. Like, genuinely the definition of a corn-fed motherfucker. And it was terrifying because I was just this measly. In high school, I was 4 foot. I was tiny. When I graduated, I don't know what the fuck happened, but I grew a foot in a year. It was fantastic. My joints hate me. But I was horrified because I'm this like little short fat motherfucker in the same weight class as her, having to wrestle this fucking 230-pound fucking Amazon. I was like, oh my god. I was fearful for my life. I lost the match too. I'll admit it. I could not fucking beat that woman. Like, she lifted me up and fucking slammed me on my back. Like, I couldn't do shit.
That reminds me of this video me and Frog always talk about. I gotta find it. Leon, game over. Restart. The fuck do you mean you'll pay me $5 for me to pick you up? Don't worry about it, ma'am. Alright, here we go. It's just me like, oh no, I lost. Fucking Leon, dude.
Oh god, this.
I feel so bad for Leon Kenny. Like, I know he's not real, but dude, when Resident Evil 4 came out, women thirsted so hard for Leon. I told you about the Leon
This is the
Kennedy,
boss.
like,
Oh, I'm not okay.
like the shirtless Leon Kennedy mod, the Leon Kennedy tramp stamp mod. Poor guy. Granted, he's a very beautiful man. Not as beautiful as Matthias, though. Very few people are.
I am so sorry, Hawk. I am completely focused on this fucking boss because it's horrifying. It's a
Oh, no.
quadruped scorpion,
But
but it's
Jesus.
also a robot.
Oh no, it's fine. I didn't know if you were like focusing or if I was dying. I've been dying a few times this stream. Wow, this one highlight is just like a bunch of the images I posted, like, just like pasted together. And it's kind of weird out of context, that sound. Why give the man a tramp stamp? That takes away from his wholesomeness. Women are thirsty. I knew there was one person who was contemplating like doing like a Resident Evil 4 speedrun and using the tramp stamp mod and not saying anything. Just if they find it, they find it.
I zoned out and I'm hearing tramp stamp and now I'm mildly concerned, but I cannot put the brain power to focus.
So you know Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil 4?
Yeah.
There's a very popular mod out there of him just with the tramp stamp.
That is not surprising at all. I'd fuck Leon.
He's a very handsome man.
I mean, I'm also not straight, so.
Ah, dude, there's something just magical about the people of Resident Evil. Because I knew a guy, incredibly gay. He'll tell you himself. Like, here's how it was. Every time I met the guy, he would always complain about how his ass hurt. Mostly because he used the bathroom right before we'd meet. But even he admitted, dude, I'd go straight for Jill Valentine. It's like that with all the Resident Evil people.
Like, see, that's how I am with some, like, I know it's like everyone, like every guy is like one exception, like Ryan Reynolds. That's my exception.
I'd fucking kill Ryan Reynolds. But continue. He just annoys me.
He is the one man I'd turn gay for.
Yeah,
Or at least finish the conversion. But I definitely prefer women. I want a child, and I don't want to fucking have some weird science child or adoption. I just want my own bloodline. Because I'm the... This is going to sound really sad and really bad at the same time. But I'm the only one out of my father's children with good genetics. Even though it definitely entails a lot of mental disorders that I inherit from my mother, which is sad. But like...
I'm the best, but the bar's not high.
Yeah, the bar's not high because my brother has autism, my sister has some sort of savant syndrome, and unfortunately, my brother, I hate saying this because it's so mean. Like, my brother's like physical genetics are terrible. Same thing with my sister. And I'm the only one with the good genetics. It's just I have infinite mental disorders.
I mean, I kind of know how you feel. Like, my dad was kind of the only, like, normal, like, good person in this family. So I gotta keep the streak going eventually. I'm with him, I want a child. But, God, passing down my conditions sounds like hell.
Mm-hmm.
That reminds me of...
I feel bad for my children.
Yeah.
in the
I
future?
remember in kindergarten, I was a quiet kid, and I just kind of thought in my head a lot, and it was very I was very particular, like I didn't like doing things like when you would do crayons, I would color the whole thing in because just having like blank, like shitty little, like, kindergarten designs, it bothered me. I needed perfection. But I was a smart kid and there was nothing wrong with me. I just thought in my head a lot. And that fucking bitch of a kindergartner teacher straight up told my mom that I had a learning disability. And my mother had a learning disability because she barely passed math in high school. She had the hardest time. Actually, that probably explains why I'm not very good at math. But when that bitch of a teacher just told my mom that, just so callously, my mom fucking bawled when she got home because she thought she passed it down to me. And then when a year later in first grade, like, so how's my son doing? Oh, he's straight up just he's literally the best student in the class. He's smart. He never gets into any trouble. That woman bothered me.
A good trade-off.
Oh no, I didn't have a learning disability. It's just, I don't know how to put it. Like, so when I got there, I didn't like learn anything. I wasn't acclimated. So I didn't know what to do, and I was too shy to ask. So I just kind of like stared at the books, like looking for one to read. It's like, you gotta go sit down. And I guess they took that as me being stupid. I just didn't know what I was supposed to do. I was too shy to say anything, and I just didn't like give context.
I mean, Hawke, look at it this way. Like, my parents sent me and both my siblings, like, to get tested very young. Like, ridiculously young. Like, around the time that basically you pseudo were. And look what that did. Fucking nothing. They like, clean bill of health for you and your siblings. Well, my brother has autism. My sister has a definite case of savant syndrome. And I have every fucking mental illness under the book. Or under the sun. My bad.
No, it's just a terminal case of the horny. I'll have you know.
Yes.
Vulcan can attest to this. How many people I've befriended by saying, "Hi, I masturbate to anime titties. Do you want to be my friend?"
Dude, the amount of people in our old Discord server because of that.
See, this is what I do. I just break through the windows. Like, okay, well, whatever, like, mildly normal fetish I have, it's never going to be as bad. Like, oh, I like feet, but I'm afraid everyone's going to make fun of me. Oh, here's Hawke. He's posting, like, Wendigo girl snooch. My thing isn't so bad.
I mean, shit, dog. Like, at least 7 or 8 people from the VR chat days was purely because of that. Mind you, I banned them since then because fuck them, respectively, for different reasons. But
it's
yeah,
a success
so,
rate. The quality is what's in question.
Exactly. Jesus fucking Christ.
Just think, if someone thinks you're weird, it probably won't be as weird as me. And that's pretty cool. Anyone who plays VR chat is questionable. Kane knows what's up.
Touche. Yeah.
I kind of want to go back and see what's up because I only feel like the degeneracy has gotten worse.
So I checked in the other day because a really old friend from a long time ago reached out to me. And one, I don't talk to them anymore, so it was weird they reached out to me after 2.5 years. But I popped in, saw what was going on. I was like, no, this ain't for me. Fuck this. Fuck all of you. You all are the degenerates. Long story short, basically, when I met this guy, he was like 15.
Mm-hmm.
He was, a child. Now he is well above legal age in his own country, and he is dating an 11-year-old. So I was like, no, I am out of here. Fuck all of you all. And reported him because that shit is fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, a VR chat is basically a pedophile breeding ground. That's all
like
it
Discord.
is. Yeah.
You what?
Yeah, no, the fucker was. The guy I reported is like. I can't remember where he lives. He's either French or Spanish, like Spaniard Spanish.
Oh, dude.
And
The one Frenchman we know. Oh my god, that guy still
dude, he
makes
gave me
angry.
government secrets. He gave me government secrets from the
I
French
know.
military, and I gave them to my upline, and they said, "Holy fuck, we didn't know this." He gave me actual classified secrets that I gave to the U.S. government.
Dude was Jack the
It's
Dripper.
amazing. I wonder what happened to him because oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
So for context of why especially I despise this man is I want you to think, okay, he's French, but think of like the worst gay stereotype, like the kind of gay guy like when he walks in the room and says hi, you can feel a verbal slap on the ass.
for extra for
Oh no, I'm dying again.
it was bad. Oh yeah, you're dying.
Yep, I'm back. But okay, so not only was it that, but he was also like a gifted in like mathematics, which is why he was so young, but he had government secrets. And so he was one of those every fucking smart person, like super gifted smart person I've met is a fucking asshole. He was like the super high ant low whiz, and he was the cattiest motherfucker around.
Like
And
he hit on me of all people. That was already at the time that was a red flag and a half. Because 3 years ago, I was not an attractive person. I was super overweight and just a disgusting human being. And he was like 28, 29 at the time, and I was like 17.
I think he's younger than that.
He's old. He's like around Skirba's age.
Oh, he is. Oh my god. I thought he was like super young, like
No, he's old. He was hitting on me, and I was a minor at the time. Which is really fucked.
oh, I thought he was like one of those guys that was like super smart, so he got like into school early. But no.
No, and the day I enlisted, which I don't even know.
It's just, he was so catty, and you know, we were talking about something, and then he just like went on this like tirade about how lonely he is, how desperately he like needed to get his dick sucked or something. And like, my guy, you kind of let that get away from you.
I was gonna say, like, doesn't France have a lot of fucking red light districts to begin with?
Probably. All I know is they got some whip-ass comic books. And technically they're the Lolita guys. Because I think Lolita is actually a French term, but... yeah. That was also another guy from the ranch. The Ranch Saga is crazy. There's some fucked up people in there.
It really is fucked. Like, it's it's bad. It's really, really bad.
I guess context for some people that are new here is me and Vulcan met each other through VR chat. We got in a Discord group together and we hung out every night. And then one of us we found Ram Ranch, that was funny. And someone found a server, like the official, unofficial Ram Ranch server. It wasn't run by the guy, but the guy was in there. And then a bunch of people started getting brought in from there. And those guys were whacked out.
I mean, for reference, the guy that made the Ram Ranch song, like, fucks people in his family. Like, multiple people. People plural.
Yeah, no, he's equally disturbed.
And he's like 60-something.
Yeah. And so...
he went under investigation, and that's why part of the server got shut down.
yeah. Well, that and the multiple times of, like, bed posting or whatever, but...
well, and genuine incest posting.
yeah. But the best way I could probably describe those people was like, think kind of like a middle schooler where like they're bored with everything, so they keep escalating with the most obscene shit. And we couldn't talk to anyone, we couldn't bring new people in. We tried so many things to have the non-ranchers and the ranchers like separated, but no one listened to me when I said this was gonna be a bad idea. And it turns out it was, so I just left and I brought Vulcan and Frog over, like, alright, come over to my server where we're gonna have our own blackjack and hookers.
Well, and see, that's his perspective. Like, I went away. Well, first I got into a relationship when I was in college initially, and that took over most of my life. And then I, enlisted in the army, and then went to basic training, and that took over the next year and a half. So basically, a full calendar year later, I came back, and I was like, "What the fuck happened to this place?" It was fucking napalm, scorched earth. Nothing was left. It was terrible. And to be honest, I should not have had Hawke give me ownership of the server back, because now if it gets fucking raided by the feds, I'm getting arrested.
I mean, you can just give it to somebody else.
I'm gonna give it to Nando.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Well,
that's why I gave it back.
Scarab actually broke the fucking law.
Yeah, there you go. It's because like for example, someone posted like someone like farting, like literally farting their balls out in general, and when it kind of just got brushed off because I got fucking sick and tired of them, I realized the rules didn't matter, and they started doing that again after I left for like 2 years, because I'm still in there. I'm like, I'm gonna give this to somebody else. I don't want to be holding the bag. Because it does straight up say in like the terms of service that if it is not safe for work content, you have to put it in a designated channel. Is there anyone in there that's still like under 18?
Technically, Twizzy is still in there, I believe, but he doesn't use Discord anymore.
That's fair. Can't blame him there.
Actually, no, because I banned them. Or not banned, I kicked them out when they requested it. So no, everyone, except maybe Nando, is above 18.
Yeah. I just realized, I thought about this the other day, because I think one of Nando's friends from the very start is still in there. And I thought it was funny how Skirva was very fucking anal about kicking people out that weren't, like, active. And coincidentally, it's everyone you and me brought in.
Yeah, something I've noticed looking back is it's pretty much all the people that hit on Nando got booted. Now,
Yeah.
the things... You're gonna have to edit this fucking episode hardcore now. I'm sorry. But, like... Should I go into the full story with Nando and him?
I mean, you already kind of used their names. But we can pretty much just sum it up by saying Nando lied about her age, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see kicking out all the people that were trying to hit on Nando, because those people weren't gonna... Those people were there to play Minecraft with a girl on the internet. That was pretty much what they were for, because there was someone in there where I think that's what they were planning to do. And then they found out it was just her and then like 5 other guys just dicking around. And I think that's when they left.
Yeah, and like day one, I had a feeling that Nando's age was closer to my own. And lo and behold, I was right on the mark.
God, Discord's a fucking cesspool.
Mm-hmm.
Which is weird, because we've been friends for like 4 years now.
Yeah.
We got really lucky. Like, we found some cool people, and then we dipped out for VR chat, like, got really bad.
I was really lucky.
Which I think that's what most people end up doing, is they get in there, they find a group, and then they bounce. And the people that are still in VR chat are just kind of the dregs of humanity. You know, it's like Pathfinder Society. And for those that don't know, Pathfinder Society is organized like group sessions of Pathfinder at like game stores, and they're organized or set up and everything by the company. That's usually for people who can't find a group of friends. And this is coming from a guy where I'm pretty sure one of them tried to put me in his van when he thought I was a minor, and another one where it's like a guy in his 50s pretending to be a lolly. The coolest guy, the best way I can describe him was in the middle of a session, he factory reset. He took his shoes off and he tried walking out the door.
Keep forgetting about that.
Nicest guy, though. He was probably the best guy there. But yeah. That's why Pathfinder Society isn't very popular. Once you know about it. It's also the reason why I'll never go to Panera Bread. Because we got kicked out by the Warhammer guys, and we had to go play at a Panera Bread. That was probably one of the worst play sessions of my life. That's why I meet my friends in sensible places like Sea of Thieves. I wish I was joking. Oh, our buddy Frog loves Sea of Thieves. One time he like snuck on someone's ship and hid for an entire time in a barrel. It was funny. I don't really go in on a lot of online places. Like, yeah, I'm on Discord and I'm a streamer, but I've never like played online games really. I played Smite, but MOBAs are not a place to make friends, just enemies.
That's putting it nicely.
I have a few stories from that game. What else? I technically played DC Online. I kind of played by myself though, which you're playing an MMO by yourself. But ugh. Even then, I didn't play a lot. I mostly just dicked around the character creator, like I do in every game. Which, by the way, Vulcan. I downloaded the Dragon's... Oh, you already know this. I downloaded the Dragon's Dogma character creator. No, MOBAs are a place to yell at dumb people and be the dumb person. Yes. And let me tell you my experience, because I was deep in, like, the Smite trenches. Because this is, like, way back in the day when Smite was still in its 2-year-long beta. Maybe even longer than that. And here's where they failed. There were so many people that were like streaming for them. They literally had a 24-hour like stream loop of scheduled streamers to come play for them. And they were really popular. Oh, you were in the beta too. Yeah. I do have that fancy Ymir skin. But so they took all the streamers that were giving them all this publicity, and they hired them, like, to work on the game and shit. But because they were so busy, because it's a fucking game development studio, they never had time to stream, and it killed all, like, their streaming careers. And then they didn't have anyone to stream for them. I mean, yeah, they probably still got people streaming for them now, but... like, I played, like, a few years ago, and everything changed so much, dude. Because they constantly change it. I remember when Naja came out. It was such a broken patch because they do like they release a new character like every 2 weeks or some shit. Around then. Fenrir was so broken you could not play Fenrir because his like jump ability that had like a 4-second cooldown, he would not land. He's just unplayable. Too bad they're getting rid of Smite for Smite 2. None of your skins move over. That does suck. I can kind of see them not porting over all those skins because there were a lot of fucking skins. But I do definitely see why it sucks. You spend all this time and energy But that is kind of the unfortunate thing of an online game. I'm not justifying it. But you know, one day your favorite game with that needs a server is gonna not be playable. Like Battleborn, my beloved. It's literally just a loading screen. I wonder how much of that Smite 2 is because of Overwatch 2. You know? Because
It's a sad thing to think about.
I don't know why you would do that. Because Overwatch 2 is probably one of the worst rated games on Steam, and literally everything you promised that made it different from Overwatch 1, you
Did not
just
happen.
decided not to do it, and so it's just basically a patch with a rework. Where's
Yes.
my Dark Spore? New engine mostly. Yeah. I'll tell you. Do you remember original release Nuwa? I loved Nuwa. And then they just changed her. I remember original release Ao Kwong. I remember the Dragon Noodle. And then they just took his moveset, gave it to Quetzalcoatl or whatever, or whoever that was, and then they just made Ao Kwong and made him an old man with a sword instead of a dragon. I'm curious, who was your main, Kane? Because I was the guy that said all fill, so naturally that meant I was support tank, and I loved me some Athena. She had the thickest Greek accent, and it was adorable. Do you remember the original Arachne? Did they change Arachne? Because I remember she would just be in the jungle and she pull you with her web and then she just eat ya. I remember old Kali. And then I remember they reworked Kali, and then they had to get rid of 1v1 because of her. Because her passive Vulcan was because she was a jungler. One random enemy would be her target. And if she killed the target, she got 100% of her health back.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They didn't think about what would happen in the 1v1 match mode. So they just got rid of it. Bunch of monkeys with typewriters. Who
Sounds like the
else was-
people who run my fucking college.
Yeah.
Because my entire school's in debt. God forbid.
Oh, what was the one Arachne skin? The Black Widow, it's the red one. Kinda looks like Quaylag. Everyone got real uncomfortable feelings with that one. I'm trying to think who else was there. I honestly was never able to play jungler because that was the role everyone insta-locked because they wanted to be the edgy, high kills guy. Oh yeah, when she put down eggs and you stack them and the poor sap walks into them. Yeah, I remember that because it was you would set your eggs up, you would web pull them in, and while the spiders would hatch and nibble at their ankles, you just jumped on their head. And that was the entire playstyle. I was actually thinking of what's the little guy that just keeps getting more attack speed? He has the Feaster Bunny skin. He was one of the early ones. Oh dude, Aphrodite. I fucked with Aphrodite. I loved playing Aphrodite. I was so good at Aphrodite. One time when I was playing, I only had 2 items. And it was near the end of the game, oh shit, I've survived so long. And I just keep getting my mana back that I forgot to go home and get items, and I'm still kicking ass. Aphrodite was so good, dude. It was a shame because she was a mage, but there was no meta for a support mage. Smite gods. I'm pulling up the Smite gods.
Hawke, I think I found my dream car.
Ooh, what's that? Oh yeah, Bakasura.
I really want. It's a hard choice between like a 1977 Camaro, like the same kind that was in the fucking first, Michael Bay Transformers movie,
Mm-hmm.
or an old Porsche 911. I can't remember the fucking like name they use. But, like, I just want a small car, man. I just want a fucking coupe, and I can't fucking afford one, and I'm so mad. I'm sick of my SUV. Yes, my SUV is the engine of a sports car, but it's not worth it. It's not the same. I just want the green LED dash, for Christ's sake. I fucking hate this blue light bullshit.
Oh, I played a lot of Hell too. I remember when Hades was a tank and not a mage. Guan Yu. Oh, where's what's her name? The Earth Woman. Because she has such good mom energy. Wheelix people loved her for some reason. Sexy Latina. On a cat at all. Yep. Fucking Apollo, dude. I could not kill Apollo. He had a 3-second mesmerize. 3 seconds is a long time in a MOBA. Anubis was easy to play. He would just mummy wrap you and then he would just blow all his AoE moves on you. Oh, Chalk. I loved playing Warriors. Chalk was fun. The Rain God. Where's the mom? Where's the Earth Mom? Loki, everyone always wanted to play Loki. I forgot Mulan was in the game. I played a little Odin. Odin had such a cool ult, dude. It was just a ring of spears and it just became a WWE match. Terra, that's what her name was. Like Terra. Hell, it's like dating the Russian Egyptian girl I mentioned. That paints such a vivid picture. Because Hell was such a schizo. Let's see here. I find that Thor is an assassin. When I played, I don't know if he's a warrior now. No, he's an assassin. Wukong, because every single MOBA had to have Wukong. Oh, Thanatos. Thanatos was the edgy god of death everyone wanted to play. And he, like, every time he used one of his moves, it would hurt him. God, they got a lot of gods now. I did love Kuzenbo though, he was a fun support. Oh yeah, the turtle guy. Yeah, that was when I tried to engage in a brief stint back into the game. Oh, you remember when Hebo, because I refused to say Helbois, because everyone's pretentious about it, well, he looked more like a homeless man. God. I'm getting fucking flashbacks to so many of these. Here's how long ago Vulcanet was. You could play whatever music you wanted as your intro music on stream. Like,
Wow.
like when I would watch people play Smite, they played like copywritten music lightly in the background the entire time.
Hear me out. We should kill every CEO that's like, oh, we need to monetize this one thing because God forbid anyone on Earth has fun.
Oh no, what did they do to Sobek? The Flipigator. But yeah, this was... I
had
think
an
what
idea, Hawke.
happened... What's that? I don't like that segue,
I'm
but go
buying
ahead.
the Mustang off my father. I'm buying the turbocharged Mustang when I get my back pay from the army. It's happening. Fuck that, man. I want my car back. Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
No, it's fine. I remember, because what they would have, Vulcan would be like pros and cons of every character. And one of Ares, because he was a tank, was cons low damage. And that was the biggest fucking meme ever. Because how he played, his main move was he would shoot a chain out from his shield and it would latch onto you. And it would slow you down a little bit, and it would do like dot damage to you. He could shoot 3 of those at you at once. And for every item he had that gave an aura, it increased his magic damage. Cons low damage. He was insane.
Genuinely disgusting.
You know what? You know how we mentioned changed gods? Vulcan from... That's right! Vulcan was a tank character who put down turrets, and then they turned him into a mage. There's a few of those. Guan Yu was a tank that went to a warrior, which is kind of more like a bruiser. Which is fine, because I liked warriors, but... his moveset really didn't change. I forgot they had to Cthulhu. God, it's weird seeing how much this game changed. I remember when everyone looked like they were made out of Laffy Taffy. Let's see who else we got in here. Went from like 3 turrets, tank. I could help clear to a burst mage. Yeah. Did they change Raw? I feel like they might have changed Raw. This is a guide. I don't want your billion different guides of how to play Raw. I just want his moveset. Because it just used to be he had a laser for good wave clear. He had like an AoE like dot on the ground that would deal damage to enemies but heal them. Oh, Raw never changed, okay. He just had a fucking sweet ass American Eagle skin. I remember that. They really went into the King Arthur mythology, huh? Yeah, there's Lancelot. Hunbats. Hunbats got changed. They did a lot of reworks around the time I think I left. Well, also a part of that was this streamer I watched primarily, he just didn't want to play Smite anymore because he was salty. And it's a MOBA, so that's understandable. But Hi-Rez didn't like him being salty, so they pretty much just alienated him. And like a fucking cult, every single one of those friends he made playing that game never spoke to him again. Huh. There's a ground dot heal, a blind flash, small laser, and then, yep. The raw artillery strike, I remember that, yep. There's my girl Athena. Athena was kind of tricky if I remember right, because... How did she play again? It's hard to remember because it's just been so long. I remember she had... Her main move was like she had a ring of soldiers that would do damage. They didn't trap you or anything. She had a move... She had a dash that she could charge up. But what was her like tank move? Oh, it was like a cone taunt. That's right. And then her ultimate was she would just teleport and slam dunk on one of her allies. I love that woman. God, I wonder what... Do you remember the Giannis ult gaining damage for the whole map? I could cross mapping people in spawn. You could get him in spawn? I remember he like shot it and it would like open up portals between points on the map, but I didn't realize you can get him in spawn. Jesus. I don't even want to know how many like League of Legends characters there are now. There were already a lot when I was back in the day. Only thing I peruse now of League of Legends is the sauce. Say I'm a big Misfortune fan. I actually have a lot of like roguish redheads, now that I recall. You know, I just realized that I've had Digimon open this whole time. That's gonna pad my hours, but that's fine. No more Smite. It's bringing back bad memories.